The following podcast contains mature language and adult discussion.
Wes, I have a request on that animation. I need you to put a gig over my head. I'm far too clean. I finally achieved the rugged look that I thought I'd never have. 50-year-old baby face. Oh,
what happened?
I gotta tell you, my fucking weekend. Holy balls! Happy Zombie Day, by the way. Happy Easter. You know, so, all right, so I've had this stomach and this fucking virus, I guess, you know, a fever about, you know, anywhere between 100 and 102, and just like constant diarrhea and just, so Friday night, I'm having, you know, the fever sweats. I'm trying to sleep, and, you know, you're in and out of consciousness. You're never really sleeping. You're just in this fucking... And, you know, with my fever, I might have had bad judgment and taken a gummy to help myself fall asleep, which did not help the twilight haze that I was in. So I get up to go to the bathroom because I feel it coming on. And... Now, I'm in my daughter's room because I'm sick. I didn't want to get my wife sick, so I put my little one in bed with my wife, and I go in her room to pollute her bed. So I get up, and I immediately, the strain or the dizziness, I lose consciousness, and I go down face first. No hands, nothing, obviously, because I'm unconscious. I remember the impact, and that brings me to... I'm face down on the hardwood, and I'm trying to get myself up, and I push myself, and I stumble back onto her bed, and I'm tasting what I think is sweat or maybe tears from the hit in my mouth and in my eye. None of this are you a stranger to, Kevin, having gigged your head and all that.
But it's completely different when you fucking... You hard way on a face pump.
A face plant on a hardwood floor, it's slightly different.
Yeah.
Now, miraculously, I don't break my nose. I don't break my teeth. I land enough on my side where that takes all the impact. So my wife comes running out into the hallway. What was that? What was that? I said, I fell. And the lights are all off. I said, turn the fucking lights on. I can't see. So I'm stumbling to the door where she is. She turns the lights on, and now she almost passes out because I'm like fucking Dusty 1978 in the ring with
bunkhouse.
Total fucking bunkhouse deal. And it's now I realize that all the stuff that's dripping, what I thought was sweat, now it's pouring all. Like OJ was neater than I was in that. So now my kids hear my wife yelling, "Oh my God!" And so they get up and they run out. I run into the bathroom to put something on my head. So now my kids come out. Just to a hallway of smeared blood and my wife screaming. So they think Michael Myers is in the fucking house. So I have this fucking, I don't know, 1.5-inch gash, and you could put your fucking finger in it. And so that was it. Hospital, stitches, the whole fucking deal. CAT scan negative, EKG negative. There was not a cardiac event.
Nice.
But that was Friday.
Wow.
Let me tell you, I am still shitting my brains out. I've already told Steve, you leave this running. This might turn into a Gallagher show right here. And you just leave it on. I'll spray, leave the trail as I try to run off to the bathroom. This is reality radio.
This is, you know, and it's my fault. I mean, we usually do this on Wednesdays, but I'm traveling this week. So I'm traveling tomorrow, and so in my 10 days ago, 7 days ago, well, 7 days ago, I was thinking about like, okay, I should be able to do this remotely. So, yeah.
Until the day gets closer.
As it gets close.
I
come down here today, and I realized that I don't realize. I mean, I've known it all along, but it's like Tristen has set up everything in this fucking studio, including the whole stack that's on the other side of this wall over here, and I mean everything. And I'm like, I couldn't get my camera to work for 2 fucking weeks. So I'm just, I looked at it and I went home. I think I think you guys were doing a mass text. I said, I had to get legs in because I'm traveling tomorrow. I won't be able to get legs in. So I trained legs. I said, I'll be back in the car. And I said, guys, we got to do this. We got to do this tonight or it ain't going to happen because fuck, I said, I don't even have a laptop fucking carry case.
Oh,
fuck! I would have
thrown that in the luggage.
I mean, but I would. That's exactly where I'm at.
laptop.
It's just like fuck. I don't use a computer. The only people always tell me all the time, well, just fucking get on your. That's down at the condo, you fucking imbecile. Like I don't go. The only time I go down here is to work. Which tonight I will tell you, it's fucking pouring sideways. It's fucking horrible out. Been a horrible day, and if this is fucking work. I mean, I love doing it. I mean, the fans this weekend, there were so many the gracious fans that came by and said, absolutely love the podcast. And I fucking, I'm more proud of that right now in this period of my life is for people to be conversation, blah, 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 blah. What we tried to create from the minute we decided we were going to do this. And, but at the same time, man, like, it's fucking like this whole crew tonight. This is like fucking. I'm the executive producer who's fucking a meth head, and I've just decided we're gonna switch to nights and shoot the scene like at fucking 4.
Need you all in at 9:00 Easter. See you then. That's where we are. It is Easter night.
You heathens.
It is 9:00. Well, we love you, Kevin. Clearly, let this be an indication of.
I always thought he had risen early, so I thought we were cool at 9 at night.
He's up. He was up.
Yeah, he
was up and about. He was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Feedback from last week, Kevin. Jack Nouse says, "I love Kev. Fucking no holding back. No putting up with bullshit. Calling out the ass hats of the world. This is fucking priceless." Thank you.
Thank you.
Jack Nouse. It does kind of function that way too, Kev. I think people like to hear you talk about issues, but I think people live vicariously through a guy who's 7 feet tall that can get in somebody's face. You're kind of like the the avatar in all of our heads when we want to puff up and belly up to some douchebag. And
I'm not I was never a bully, but I'm like the guy that's in the bully movie that the kid gets picked on and I become his friend.
My Bodyguard. I was going to reference that. You remember that?
Yeah.
You would have known what I was talking about if I said that?
Fuck
I
yeah.
edited that out of my head because I didn't think anyone would know the fucking movie with Chris Makepeace and Ruth Gordon, for Christ's sake, as the grandmother.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm looking for let me see something here.
I always just assume you're pissing.
No.
When you look down.
I'm looking for a guy that I met this weekend who we sat and talked, and of course, fucking come on,
a fan, a worker, who?
Yeah,
was?
he was a. I mean, he was. I wouldn't say he was a fan. I mean, he liked our shit.
Well, that would make him a fan.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like he was a fanboy or nothing. He was a good dude. Fuck. Keep talking.
While you do that, I'm going to talk to you about Jay Lucian, who said, "Look at how this channel's blown up over a fairly short period of time. Look at all the Kevin Nash related videos there are on YouTube alone. Look at all the views they get. Yeah, I'd say you are appreciated." I concur, Jay.
Thanks, man.
Solid Snake. Will Nash be on a dark side of the ring eventually?
I got a text message from the head honcho. I just haven't got back with him, so I will before he sees this episode. But fuck, man, like I said, I've been on the road 13 to 17 days.
Yeah.
And that might not seem like a lot, but when you're almost 64 years old, there's a lot of people that saw me this weekend, and they all said the same thing. You lost a lot of weight, haven't you? I'm like, fuck yeah. Yeah, losing your best friend, your son, and fucking getting old and fucking, as much as you guys want to think it was all steroids, no. It wasn't. I got good genetics. I'm just fucking, tell you, I weighed 288 when I woke up this morning. I'm just like, fuck.
What was your in-ring weight? 95, 320.
95 clean, about 312.
Oh, 312.
It was like constant, when I did the Magic Mics, I was around 285, but like a different 285 than this.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Carl Primus, I hate flying. Some of the best vacation spots you have to fly to. I have a 4 or 5 hour tolerance, being 6'9" in first class. If first class isn't booked up, then I'm stuck with emergency exit seats. The legroom is good, but seat itself is trash. I need a pillow after a while because my legs fall asleep. Can you relate?
Oh God, I mean, I can't. You know what? I mean, I think one thing he has to realize is, most great places in this country you do have to fly to, and preferably on a private plane. But me, I'm the kind of guy that likes to be, a little bit off the beaten path. I like to go to the RV parks. Sometimes the Walmart parking lot. That's the kind of guy. I feel like almost like a Chief Justice.
Man of the people.
Pretty.
Like
much.
a Chief Justice Clarence Thomas.
Oh,
I see what the undertone was there.
Yeah, because now, as of 7 days ago, you have to fucking report all private jet service you receive as a fucking justice, sitting around with a bunch of fucking crackers, wondering why fucking this country's going Republican. Give me a fucking break. It'd be one thing if you're sitting down in Detroit hanging out with some bros, just fucking be like, all right, man, shit's gonna get right.
Choices. Life is about choices, everybody. Can't make a decision. Walk down any aisle in the supermarket. It's all about choices. Go to the drugstore, choices. I want to talk about Harry's razors right now, okay? You can, your choice of choosing Harry's razors over the other razors on the market are going to benefit you in so many ways. I took this plunge before Harry's became a sponsor, okay? Full disclosure. Of course, they've bestowed some wonderful things on us to try, but I was a Harry's customer before they started on this show. Harry's makes getting high-quality razors that you can depend on super easy, and then a bunch of ancillary materials from body soaps. I'm currently using the body wash right now. Their shave cream. They have a shave gel that I'm using right now, which I enjoy very much. Harry's makes all this easy, okay? They consistently give you better razors than your in-store options and at the best price. Harry's razors are refilled when you need them, delivered straight to your door, okay? So my experience with Harry's has always been fantastic. Price for me is so important. The razor gimmick I identified a long time ago was kind of like the printer gimmick. Oh, you buy the computer printer, it's super cheap. But then they bang you on the ink, right? Oh, you go get one of these competitors' razors there. You're paying a ton of money for the replacement razors. You get the handle and you're committed. Harry's razors, the starter set, okay? It's a $13 value, which is unbelievable, first of all. But we're going to give it to you for just $3 at harrys.com/Kliq, Kliq, okay? Get a $13 starter set for just $3 at harrys.com/Kliq. Harry's has the highest customer satisfaction in the shaving industry, and they're still offering a no-risk trial, okay? You got creams, body washes, hydrating lotions. Their blades are made in their own factory in Germany, and they hold up better than ever, okay? They've eliminated that middleman. They are sending you the sleek, ergonomic, weighted handles also that look great in your bathroom and give you precise control with each swipe. Starter set, a $13 value, yours for $3 at harrys.com/Kliq, Kliq. Thank you, Harry's. Thank you for your product. Thank you for advertising. Thank you for wanting to be part of the Kevin Nash experience.
Appreciate it. No, what's going down with the bros? They're getting ousted out of the fucking House of fucking Representatives in Tennessee because, because God forbid if after fucking, 6 more fucking people got killed, somebody fucking has the balls to stand up, and then the fucking the Tennessee guys fucking they get their fucking moment and their spotlight on television, and the one guy says, the fact that she was white, we never put any ethnicity or color into the matter.
She was the one they let stay.
Yeah, just so happened the white broad stayed, and we got rid of the two. And the thing is, too, like both the black dudes almost look like 60s civil rights guys. Like the one, not the one dude, but the dude with the bigger afro.
The hair,
yeah. Like,
Skinny guy,
and they're saying the other they both speak like preachers. Mm-hmm. Like they both had that very, and it's just like what an amazing between King going to fucking Memphis because of the garbage. The deal with the guys getting killed and being assassinated in Memphis, and then them having to go into Memphis and vote to see if this young Republican gets his job back, which may be as early as tomorrow, was what some news sources said. But just like what a fucking... What are we, like 3 weeks ago we talked about the guy that stood up and said we should bring back the hanging tree?
Yeah.
You got a pedophile and a fucking and somebody that's committed fucking domestic battery in your fucking house, but God forbid if you were to get a brother on a fucking on a megaphone talking fucking please enough with the guns.
Well, this was just an excuse to get rid of more dissenting Democratic voices. There's not, listen, you expel them for the day, you send them out, there's some penalty, whatever. Remove them from their post. Ridiculous. It's not like there was some indiscretion, like they forgot to disclose Harlan Crow's gifts.
While Santos fucking hovers over the United States fucking House of Representatives like fucking John Levinson. Yeah, that's a ticket.
Saw him with what's her face barking over at the.
Have you seen Rappaport sling with Green in fucking New York City? They fucking basically chased her out of New York.
Yeah, getting her in the car. It looked like the.
Oh my God!
It looked like the Gotti or when they used to have to run people into the.
Look like Hinckley taking some fucking. I was getting ready to take a shot.
Right.
Fucking hell.
But. You mentioned the Clarence Thomas thing, and I am just the type of person that if I ever got to the Supreme Court, my lifelong dream comes true as a judge. You can go no higher than that.
Yeah.
I would be so panicked that everything I do might be misconstrued, even like legally. I'd be so careful.
Yeah, you're one of 9 people that have the final say on what the fuck goes down.
Whether I thought I could take a $400,000 trip from you, I would call and ask first, just to be sure. So I never, just the whole, I didn't know, that never washes with me. And I don't understand.
That's Wrestler 101, though. It's always easier to ask for forgiveness than permission.
Right. And usually I feel that way. But if I'm appointed to a post, that's why I can't. When these guys get into the NBA, they reach the apex of their career. And then they go out and they grabbed some girl's ass at a fucking bar. Really?
Yeah. I mean, but it wasn't like Thomas's wife wasn't fucking brought up during the January 6th hearings where she was trying to fucking sway bullshit.
Yeah, don't bring up Ginny. I'm going to get a heart. I have to myself. Larry Still 3-Man says, pay college athletes the damn money they deserve. Everyone gets paid except the ones really doing the work. Where do you stand on the whole college? Either pay or endorsements or both?
Absolutely. I mean, it's their face, it's their likeness, so they should be able to do what the fuck they want to do with it. If you're good enough to get a shoe deal and you're a freshman in college, you should get a shoe deal, you know? Maybe if you're good enough, you could drag the shoe deal to the fucking university and have them, you know.
Well, the coaches can take the deals.
Yeah, the coach, but
the kids are adults.
My wife found a picture of me that she found an old poetry book that T had, like a binder, like a notebook, and in it was a picture of me. That was a publicity shot for my freshman year at the University of Tennessee. And I've got on a pair of the fucking weapons, the old cons that Magic and fucking Dr. J and everybody know that with the bar and star.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I got those on, you know, with the orange orange gimmick. And
did they manufacture those for the school?
No,
or were they for sale? You could buy orange.
No. I mean, that was our deal. Our deal was with them my freshman year. Then my sophomore year, we switched to Adidas. But I liked the Converse because they were just heavier, and I was, you know, they were a heavier shoe. They were a little bit more tougher, and I ended up wearing a different. It was like the same Converse that Kent Benson wore. If anybody remembers when he was I think he went to the Pistons first. Remember Jabbar punching him in the face? Jabbar broke his hand on Benson's face.
I remember the commercial for those cons out at Larry Bird's childhood home where they're playing in the
French Lick, yeah.
French Lick, and the limo pulls up and it's Magic, and he's got the purple and yellow, and Bird had the dark green.
You know, if you ever watch the HBO gimmick on the Laker dynasty?
Oh, no. I thought you meant the Bird Magic one. I saw that. I didn't see the show about the Lakers. How is that?
Oh, fucking the show's brilliant, man. It's on Showtime, actually. It's not on HBO. It's on Showtime. But I think it's brilliant. It took me a while to take Adrian Brody as fucking Pat Riley, but I'm there. Okay. But I think the Magic's great. I think the guy that plays Jabbar is great. Spencer Haywood was a little bit of a fucking a push.
Well, the show is called Showtime, but it's on HBO.
Oh, yeah, okay. So
I'll check it out. I'd be into that.
So you guys are fucking Dom, come on, man. You can't. I'm trying to fucking act like I'm not reading the fucking shit on the side over here.
We get notes throughout the show for anybody.
On a fucking completely just, hey, Sean, yeah. You want to take a fucking plane ride? Sure. Can you fly? No. Let's go.
Hey, I want to get back to something you said a minute ago. You have a book of some of Tristen's writing?
Yeah.
Do you ever think about like sharing some of it, or is it a private?
Oh, I didn't look at it. You know, I mean, it's just like I've had a bad couple of weeks. You know, I don't know what it is, or maybe it's I was on the road too much, and you know, when you're on the road and you push yourself, and it's just like your driving force that was always there to push you isn't there, and you fucking, it's like, there's nothing worse than the complexities of our own brains when we start to doubt and question what the fuck we're doing. You know, it's like, why am I out here?
Do you keep like music on or something? I find that's therapeutic to always have music on in the background. When I'm allowed to just hear the madness of my mind, that's when it gets tough.
Fucking, I drove down here tonight, man. I was just like, I was really going off of, you know, in my mind about this. This is fucking, you know, this is a commitment, you know, to do a podcast, but at the same time, it's a commitment. I think we've got some good momentum. I think we've had some good fucking shows. I think we've kind of hit a nice stride. It seems like people are enjoying the shows. We're getting more viewers. So it's like I didn't want to take anything away from this because to me it's just like this is if people find this entertaining, if it's 1,000 people that find this entertaining and it makes their fucking Monday at work better, fucking home run, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah. NMLS number 65084, equal housing lender. Woo!
Tax season is here, which means you've received or are expecting that tax refund any day now, and you're thinking about what to spend it on. How about a new home? With SaveWithConrad.com, we're helping renters become homeowners every single day, and it's more affordable than you think. You don't need perfect credit. You don't need a huge down payment. In fact, you may not need a down payment at all. At SaveWithConrad.com, we take the stress out of the home buying process. We'll determine your buying power. We'll even help you find a realtor. And unlike the banks, we don't say no. We say not yet, but here's how. So if you're not ready right now, we'll get you on a plan to be ready. Stop throwing your money away, paying someone else's mortgage with your rent, and start the path towards owning your own home today at SaveWithConrad.com.
Seems to be.
Yeah.
MG58 says 2 legend Rustbelt wrestlers, Kevin Nash and Dr. Britt Baker. Had a lot of feedback from the Britt segment. Excuse me. Well, I have my.
She wasn't out this weekend, but the girl that's the champion was there. The AEW Women's Champion was there. That Britt goes out with now.
Has
Jamie,
the
is it Jamie Hayter? I think her name is.
how did the AEW guys treat you? Do they come up to you and everything?
Thanks, Wesley. My man, the man came up and said hello to me. Mr. Burberry himself.
Oh, good gimmick.
You know what? I watched this. I've after, of course, telling the world that I made a pact with Steve, who I've yet to talk on the phone to and go, oh, by the way, did you get any of that? Because he would have laughed.
Yeah.
I saw him today I looked on his Instagram. He was out fucking eating some pizza from last night, had a bag of chips. He said, I'm telling you right now, I'm trying to do my best, Austin. Goddamn, tell you right now, it's the healthiest chips you can get you. Just out and just driving that four-wheeler, I'm thinking to myself, see, man, that motherfucker, he's doing his own thing. He's got his own little private Idaho that he's hitching in. But MJF came over and we talked, and he said, man, I thought that, and this, because I think he's super over, and but you kind of think he's a dick, which is great.
Well, it's
because
a character. It's
right, but you think like there's no way this guy couldn't be a
right.
dick.
It's authentic.
Right. Yeah, it's just like nobody. I'm sure there's a lot of guys in the locker room because he's getting pushed that'll fucking say yeah. And he's also holding him down. So, I mean, he would have been a good Kliq guy. But he came over and said, man, I'm a huge fan of yours. And it wasn't like he went out of his way because I didn't know where he was. He went out of his way to come say hi to me. And I had watched him, the last 2 weeks, but the week that I had watched last was when he did like almost a Dean Martin Rat Pack fucking deal where he sang. And I was just like, I'm thinking to myself, like, fuck, that's up my alley right there. That's my kind of shit. Like, fuck having the crowd yelling, holy shit, because you put your life on the line. Let me fucking sing a couple bars.
Pick up the martini glass.
Yeah, if you don't like it, how about sucking my fucking cock? So, I don't know. It was a nice moment to.
I had one of those guys come up to me at the Philly convention, and I was just walking through the room going to talk to Van Dam, and calls me. comes out from behind the table. I'm like, he had a line and comes over to me, hugs me. And I'm thinking this is somebody I worked with. Maybe I did shows with in the past. It wasn't. He's like, I just want to let you know.
What did you do? Did you do some gummies with him?
I asked him to hardway me. No, he comes up and he's like, I fall asleep to you every night. And, you know, that was, to hear another man say that was pretty interesting. He's like, I watch all your old interviews. I fall asleep to every night, man. And nice guy. I don't know who the fuck he was. I don't watch enough. And I was like, you know what? There's no excuse for this right now. I'm somewhat in this industry. I've never considered myself in the wrestling industry, but I'm on the periphery. I'm as much in the wrestling industry as like Bob Costas is in the basketball world, okay, or a Marv Albert.
The Costas was a good analogy because I don't put that motherfucker with any sport.
He just transcends, right? He's
Casey Kasem. I mean, it's like really, like I mean, yeah, he's Bob Costas. He gets respect because he's been respected for so long, but at the same time, fucking uncle.
JS should have asked. Oh, in relation to, Britt, should have asked her to do the arch.
Or
Doctor,
do the arch for the chic. God damn it!
And just open palm if she refuses. Right? That was the deal. Terrible. We don't condone this. Listen, what you were out in California? Was it California? No. You were in
I was in Indianapolis.
Right?
This weekend. Yeah.
What happened to Sabu?
Man, I heard like word is like wildfire. On the internet is one thing. At a wrestling convention, holy fuck. I mean, you don't walk in the lobby and not have 11 people fucking, but just everybody wants to fucking spread hot news. And they want you to think that they're the fucking, like, they want to be the first to give you the hot news, so you'll think they're a source. So I had 93 people tell me fucking, just took Sabu out, he had a stroke. It looked bad. They were. I said, well, did you see the paramedics? Were they feverishly working on him, or was it put him on a fucking stretcher and take him to the fucking ambulance? Well, I didn't see that part. Well, then what do you mean it was fuck you? You know as much as I know now. Like, shut the fuck up. Don't make shit up.
It's telephone, tell a fan, tell a friend, tell a wrestler, tell a wrestling fan. Forget about it. I couldn't find anything definitive on.
I know that fucking about 4 hours later, fucking he put out a tweet that said.
Yeah, he tweeted.
Yeah.
So either him or someone with him.
You know what I mean? It's fucking Sabu ran hard, man, and it's just
I always felt bad for Sabu. Should he have run as hard as he did? Without the he never got the accolades, never got the money he deserved, never got a spot somewhere, and almost killed himself for every promoter he worked for. At a certain point, do you just go, well, fuck you, scaffold, what, barbed wire bat, fuck you.
I think that's why fucking we're talking about Sabu right now, because I think everybody that fucking has done anything in this business has nothing but. I would never say something. To dishonor him because he's a wrestler.
No, of course, but I'm saying
that fucking pro wrestler.
Do you make sure? I know a Kevin Nash isn't taking a barbed wire baseball bat for $450 out of VFW, but he did.
I know, and to me, it's just one of those things like, it's like they used to always say that Dusty was, QUEER for the blade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was like the term they used back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And like they said he dug getting that fucking color.
Yeah.
And you just, what, man? There's a dude out there right now that somebody's shitting on and he's jerking off. Ain't my bag, but there's somebody out there. Maybe a baseball bat with barbed wires you're fucking getting. I don't know. It ain't mine.
But the Dusty example, I mean, Dusty was in positions where he was getting, big money.
And
Booking.
it ran out of forehead, so started gigging his arm. Fucking hell, man.
Now, we all owe you money. Also, the tournament is over. What a shit tournament as far as the results. Had some good games, but...
Interesting tournament. It absolutely explains why you don't fucking bet sports for a living.
Correct.
I mean, Jesus.
Unless you're shaving points, unless you have somebody out there throwing a couple of errant passes trying to keep the score a little tight.
I think Ernie Cobb's playing days are over, so... For those of you that don't know, Ernie, I'll save you the Google. He was a Boston College point guard.
That was the big Boston College scandal.
We actually played against Boston College in the Honolulu Rainbow Classic, and I think it was either the end of '77 or the beginning of '78, but it was the '77-'78 season.
Would it have been one of those games?
It was that season was the what he was being accused of. So
I think there were 3 of them, right? There ended up being 3 that were pulled into the.
I would have remembered had Tennessee been one.
Right.
After this last week of because you do have to realize that the KKK was born and bred in Tennessee. And the Hanging Tree Man that we spoke about, and then of course this week's fucking just shenanigans with the 2 black Republican or the black representatives.
House members.
Yeah, and I went to school there.
Yeah, you did, didn't you?
Fuck, man. No wonder those motherfuckers hated me.
Was it your mom wanted you to go there? What was the deal again?
It was, she wanted me to go, like 500 miles was my limit. And I think Knoxville from the south side of Detroit's like 514. Plus I got laid on my fucking trip. So.
Oh, well.
Yeah, to a fucking hot piece of ass. So what are you going to do? Hey,
did the recruiters set that up? Was that part of the deal?
I didn't ask.
Find a pro, give her a couple hundred.
Shit.
Go make the big man sign.
All yours, baby.
And you know what? Back then, young man, 18 years old, you probably would not have needed the Blue Chew. But let me tell you something.
Shit, I'd have went fucking 2 in easy.
2 in. Let's talk about sex for a minute here, guys. Remember the days you were always ready to go? Well, now you can increase performance and get that extra confidence back in bed. Listen up, BlueChew.com. Say it with me, BlueChew.com. One of our oldest and most loved sponsors, Blue Chew, is the unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra, but in chewable tablets and at a fraction of the cost. You can take them anytime, day or night, so you can plan ahead, be ready when the opportunity arises. I would love to be able to take something to keep me from going to the bathroom the last 3 days, something as reliable, something as an aid to my days, but that's what Blue Chew is going to be for your sex life, guys, okay? So you pop one of these bad boys, you chew it, you're ready to go when the opportunity arises. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to go sign up at BlueChew.com and consult one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. Best part, all done online. No doctor's office visits, no awkward conversations, no waiting in line at the pharmacy. Hey, listen, does it work? Do you think you need it? Are you not sure? We're going to give it to you for free for a month, all right? Try it. See what happens. Chewable tablets, you can see there, they have a mint one. And here's how I want you to do this, okay? We want to help you have better sex, so discover your options at BlueChew.com. Chew it and do it. And we've got a special option, special deal for our listeners. If you try it now, you use the promo code NASH, N-A-S-H, at checkout. Just pay $5 for shipping. That's BlueChew.com. Promo code Nash. Receive your first month free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. We thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the Stiff One of the Week. Now, while we're on basketball,
they've been our anchor, our advertising anchor since day one.
long and strong, just like they advertise.
Fuck yeah, man! Thank you. I love me some Blue Chew.
So we're in the basketball vibe. So I remembered today when I got a call 2 hours ago that I had to write a show, and I was sitting on the toilet after vomiting, and I remembered a great Larry. Larry Bird is a notorious trash talker, and I was a very big Bird fan. And one of my favorite Bird trash talk stories, Sir Charles tells on this clip right here. So let's see. Give me a little Barkley, Steve.
I pray this is the Bill Hanslick one.
I think it was Bobby Jones, but
It'll be
he doesn't
the same.
mention a name, but I think it was Bobby Jones. Go ahead.
Okay.
But Bird didn't talk trash to you,
Oh
did he?
my God, Bird talked trash to everybody.
But didn't he? Did he get to a point where he had respect for
I
you?
always tell this story about Larry Bird. I remember him, he was cursing under his breath. And I asked him, I said, Larry, what's going on with you? He says, you guys are being disrespectful to me. And I says, what are you talking about? He says, you guys are putting a white guy on me. That's disrespectful.
Wait, who's the white guy you put on him?
I can't remember who it was. I just started laughing. I had no comeback. When he says, it's disrespectful when y'all put a white guy on me. And I'm sitting there like, I'm laughing in the middle of a game.
It had to be Bobby Jones with the Sixers, right?
Yeah. So I saw a clip today, and I think Terrell Owens was in the panel, and they were talking about Bill Hanslick that played for Denver that I actually played college ball against when he was at Notre Dame in the NCAA tournament. And I just had to drop that in there. And
Smooth.
as I rifle a couple of fouls off the side of Lambier's head, true story. But so Bird is, they put Hanslick on Bird, and Bird comes down. At the time, Doug Moe was the fucking coach of the Nuggets, and he ran by. He says, "Hey, Doug, you're fucking disrespecting me. Get that fucking white boy off me. Get a brother on me." Same fucking deal.
Same
just
thing.
like fucking
Yeah.
do not fucking unbelievably. Let's see. It says beard pony.
Oh yeah, they're the guys on here are asking me if I can remember. Who
Oh,
the guy was from
the guy from AEW
beard
roster.
ponytail. And, I don't know that very. I might have had a British accent, or maybe I'm making this up in my compromised state.
There's so many fucking pro wrestlers right now, man. It's
My
just
fever's breaking. I'm sweating like a whore in church.
what you needed. See, but this is what you need to do. You need to get out of your comfort zone.
Exactly.
You're falling into the fucking diarrhea funk.
That's right. And who would know better than you about that?
I sat here that one time, man. It was just like I couldn't
You had
wait.
a bucket under you.
I couldn't wait. I was like, I said later on to you, I said, fuck, I wish I'd have known we had like a fucking, we just started doing commercial breaks where we'd actually like stop the show and then drop the shit in because we'd gotten so many, advertisers, our advertising had picked up. And I was just like, I had no idea that envelope was going to open. And you said, okay, we'll drop them in. And I said, are we off right now? You're like, yeah. I said, fuck, I'm going to go. And it was just like, I think I was back quicker than I could have took a piss.
Right.
It was like, poof.
Excellent.
That's a horrible fucking, man. And then you end up fucking doing what I always do is then because constipation and diarrhea are like the same fucking thing. It's just one fucking, you're stuck, and the other one you're fucking wide open. They're both horrible for your system. You've got something going on. Your body's trying to fucking eliminate it. And then you fucking do the opposite, and you take Imodium, and the next thing you know, fucking, you can't fucking, you can't shit for a fucking week.
You're all stopped up.
Yeah, it's brutal. So.
Well, after our March Sadness tournament, we're going to bring back Florida Man and Jersey Guy this week, okay? Two
Okay.
stories, two real stories One attributable to a Jersey guy, one attributable to Florida man. First story, man sent rideshare to pick up a 14-year-old girl for sex. Okay? And second story, man pulls out machete after bar refuses to let him sing another karaoke song.
I'm going karaoke, Florida, because of the machete, and I don't think fucking most pervs would know how to use a ride share except for in Jersey.
Up in Jersey. Well,
Yeah, they all could up there.
Kev keeping his respectable record intact. Once again, he's absolutely correct. In New Jersey, in Gloucester County, a 27-year-old. They always look like that, don't they? Todd Marenick of West Deptford arrested on March 16th after emerging to meet a rideshare vehicle that he booked for a teen's pickup. And oops, it's a cop. You know how that works.
Funny how that shit works out.
Yeah. So he's going to be going away for a while. And then down in, I think this might be in Orlando. Let's see here for the karaoke gimmick here. I would have let him sing another song just by the looks of it.
See, I was in my mind, I had Skinner.
The wrestler?
Yeah, I had the
Steve
fucking
Kern?
like the fucking a bearded guy with a fucking a hat on. I did not see this cat.
You did not have a rapper in mind.
No.
This is Cape Canaveral, Florida. He pulled out a machete after a Brevard County bar denies his request to keep singing karaoke. I'd like to know.
He had one more Lil Wayne left in him.
I wonder what the songs were that he did before they asked him to leave.
Very intoxicated state.
I do see that.
That's the whole fucking state of Florida on the weekend, motherfucker.
But, let it not be lost on anyone that he gets into a bar
with a machete.
With a machete. I mean, getting past the bouncer with a fake ID is...
They say he hit it behind his 11 soft.
I guess so.
I can't prove that.
I don't know. If the rumors are true, he might certainly be 11 to 15 soft.
Yeah, if you can't get that hard, what good is it? I fucking definitely get a machete in a bar. Oh, well, good for you.
Laid across the gimmick. Just walking in. Tremendous.
A sheath? What is that? What kind of sheath is that?
Let me see. They could have charged. I would have paid to go in and just see hear the music and see the confrontation. And I would have bought my tickets for it on GameTime. Kev, GameTime is one of our newest advertisers. I am on GameTime.
Way to slide it in there, Sean.
Sliding it in. I see what you're doing there. I'm
with a little fever. A little fever.
So what we do is, like, you pick an event. Like, I have my eye on the Bruce Springsteen show coming up on the 14th here in New Jersey. It's one of those like bucket list things. I live in New Jersey. I've never seen Bruce live. I feel like I have to give my card in. So I'm going to use GameTime to get me some tickets. And the app is so simple and easy to use. I am on it now, and I'm flipping around, and you can see a map of the arena. Steve, if you want, I don't know how the resolution would be here if you want to go to this. So you get the actual arena, and you can see all the amounts of the seats. You just click on the one you want, and you make the purchase right there. Fast, easy, sports, music, concerts, comedy, theater, Broadway tickets. In your city. You put in your city, and it brings up everything going on for the next few months. Just scroll through the events, hit the one you want, and it will open the arena, and you choose your tickets. It is the place for last-minute tickets as well. You can open this. I looked just to test this when they were coming on board, and I downloaded it. Billy Joel was doing his residency at the Garden. He plays like once a month there now, and so it was that night, and it was like 3 or 4 hours away. And I brought up the app, and I looked, and they had great deals on like last-minute tickets. People looking to get rid of these,
nice.
And they were coming down. So here's what you're gonna do. Okay, you're gonna download the GameTime app, create an account, and use the code Kliq for $20 off your first purchase. Okay, terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem the code KLIQ, K-L-I-Q, for $20 off. All right, download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. Thank you for coming aboard Game Time.
You know, I'm getting a little bit more savvy. When we spoke about me using the Uber app. So
Don't think I'm not bringing that up.
So I'm today I downloaded, or not today, but this week I downloaded the Airbnb app, and I booked an Airbnb in northern Detroit area. I'm going to go up and see my sister, and I'll have dinner on her 60th birthday, and then I'm going to spend Wednesday at my brother's. He finished a lake house that he was building. I'm going to go up and I'll see him, of course, on Tuesday at dinner, but we're going to go see his new crib and hang out at the lake with him on Wednesday. And then Thursday, I'm going to drive to the Pittsburgh area and I'm going to see Max, who did the first show after Tristen passed with me.
See, he was my secret hope. If you were going to do this from the road, the fact that you were going to see Max on Thursday was kind of my.
You know, and I felt so too, except that, you know, if we were going to be in the hotel, but we couldn't get the 2-bedroom presidential, so it's just like, if we can't get in the hotel, and they can't guarantee us adjoining rooms, I'm not gonna get no sleep for 3 days, being told I snore when I should have my own fucking room, which we always get, and this for some reason it didn't happen, but we were able to find two-bedroom Airbnbs at, I mean, fucking, you're talking about a fraction of the cost.
Yeah.
And so
I'm going to cover traveling with Nash today, because these are real issues. You know, the snoring thing, if anybody listening has a spouse that snores, or they snore and their spouse is subjected to it, this is a very touchy thing. Okay, because I was in that boat. I'd be awakened when we went on vacation with the comments from across the fucking room from either my daughter or my wife. My little one sleeps through anything, so that's fine. And I couldn't help it. I can't help it. You're asleep. You don't even know you're snoring. You can't help it. I remember one year we were at the Dolphin in Orlando, and it was like 4:30 or 5 in the morning, and I've been woken for the 4th time and told I was snoring. I don't know what you want me to do. I'm unconscious. I took my computer. I sat in the lobby like a mental patient, and I took my computer and I wrote, or whatever book I was working on. I sat and wrote for 3 hours as they're loading like eggs into the fucking restaurant and everything. I woke up the rooster on my way down, and it's horrible to go through. But you know what my solution was? And you should consider this for 2 reasons. The sleep apnea mask.
I've done it twice. I've tried it twice.
And what?
And fuck, man, it strangles me. It fucking, the one gives me claustrophobia. The one with the 2 fucking prongs, after 2 fucking days, it felt like somebody had taken a electric fucking drill and drilled up my nose. It was so fucking sore. I was like, man.
It's too tight then.
That's what she
They're
said.
very soft. They're very soft pillows. And you know what? It totally eliminated my snoring. And the second reason I'm bringing this up, not just because I'm an advocate for Tamara getting a good night's sleep on vacation. I didn't know that.
You want to see my fucking sorry ass carry that motherfucking I snore mask into the fucking hotel with me.
It's a
and everywhere
case. Come
fuck.
on.
It's another.
Yeah, not fun traveling with it. I have to travel with it. It's another fucking thing.
It'd be like sitting at the end of the fucking bed going, I'm taking the Blue Chew now, honey. I need this shit.
Well, listen, if it guarantees you and her a good night's sleep.
Absolutely. The Blue Chew fucking, I know it works. And I know the sleep, Fuck.
You know, I didn't realize this, but my doctor, who I went to for this, told me that Reggie White died of the cardiac arrhythmia.
See, I'm going to go get my colon checked, and if the colon's fucking 100%, if I check out and everything's cool with my colon because I know my prostate's great. My blood work's fucking amazing. My cardiac's good right now. So like the only thing I'm just due to have my colon checked. So if my colon is cool, then I'm going to get the surgery and have the gimmick put in where you fucking wand it and it fucking puts you out. You know, it's like a sleep apnea fucking.
Yeah, it's an implant.
Yeah. So
And this is more convenient to you than putting on a little tube across your nose like you're in the hospital and going to sleep.
Well, yeah, because I know that if it's inside me, I'll fucking use it. If it's sitting on a fucking table, it's like, fuck that. It's like giving a fucking 14-year-old a condom. Good luck.
That's the logic of Kevin. I'm going to do a book, The Logic of Kevin Nash, with things like that. We can have a whole chapter of Scott-isms. Like giving a 14-year-old a condom asking me to wear a fucking mask to bed. But it would eliminate your snoring. Tamara would get a night's sleep. But look into the implant. If the implant works, maybe I'll do that too. I don't enjoy having the mask on my face.
No, it's
like I don't look forward to it.
I mean, nobody's more of an advocate than Stone Cold. And he's like, goddamn, Kev, you got to get on that motherfucker, man. Night and day. But my whole thing is, fuck, I REM sleep all night long. I think I might snore. I don't wake up tired. I don't fucking knock out during the day. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I just fucking, maybe I'm just a leaf blower.
So Steve uses it?
Yeah.
Well, he's right. So now what does the setup have to be? You're going away, right? You're going away on a vacation, and the discussion has to happen, right? Like, what are we going to do about the rooms?
Yep.
Kevin, because I can't listen to you, the fucking wood chipper on the other side of the room. So what do you do?
We get adjoining rooms. Then her and T would stay, like I'd get a king size, then 2 doubles.
Mm-hmm.
Then T and his mom would sleep in one room, and then I would sleep in the king. And you know, during the daytime we'd have the doors open. We'd all hang out. And usually the king had a better, couch like situation, so we'd all sit there and watch TV and shit. And then it was time to go to bed. Sometimes T would stay in with me and watch TV, and then when it was time for him to crash, when he'd had enough, he'd powder and go, open. We'd always leave that door cracked until it was time for him to go to bed. Then he would shut it just to knock what other noise he could out. But
in the event that you can't get a suite,
well, you're fucked.
You download the Airbnb, don't you?
That's what I did. I couldn't get the suite, so I downloaded it. I found it wasn't fucking. I mean, I'm very particular. Like, if it's not fucking someplace I would live for a month, I'm not staying there for a night.
Mm-hmm.
Like when they picked my Airbnb for dog, it's just like, it was chill architecturally. The furnishings were very much me. Everything was about me, except one side of the entire Airbnb, and it was a 1-bedroom, were glass sliding doors with no fucking window treatments. So when you turn your lights on at night, fucking are just the TV, the fucking TV. It's like every movement that you do, and there's 4 other units in this fucking complex, and 2 of them fucking could look right into my place. So I got to go fucking Howard Hughes and go up to the store and buy these black. I had duct tape. They came the next time they came to bring me a script deal, and everybody was fucking tested all the time. So the person actually was going to look at the fucking place because I wasn't happy with it, and they fucking realized oh my god, this fucking man is taped where there's no fucking light at all in here. But as you took a shit, there was a window bigger than this fucking painting behind me, and it for foliage it had a fucking prickly pear cactus. All right, so I'm like, all right, well, you can't probably see through that fucking cactus, but I said, you know what? I said, fuck that. I said, I'm going to go out and walk around the side of the house. And shit, there was a fucking like 3.5 foot gap between the wall and this fucking cactus. Somebody could have stood right back there and just jerked off looking at me. And then the next day I'm in the shower.
Which everyone would want to do, obviously.
Exactly. The next day I'm taking a shower. I look over and I see this fucking guy doing lawn service, like up the street. I'm like, well, if I can see him, that motherfucker can see me. This ain't no fucking trick glass or shit. And I'm like, motherfucker. So I had to do that. It was like, what a fuck. I couldn't wait to get the fuck out of that place.
I more think of like, how do I know that they haven't outfitted this house with a bunch of gimmick cameras everywhere and like, you know, trying to get pictures of your hog or whatever. And like, how do you know? How do you know that this person...
I don't give a fuck if they're fucking, if they're being perv about it to that degree and they want to see me fucking pull on my shit that bad. Cause if I'm there for fucking a week, just for prostate health alone, I'm fucking ripping one off. But
you need to do 22 a month, they say. I saw a study on that recently. 22 loads a month to keep yourself healthy.
I don't have that much real estate in my brain to come up with fucking shit to come.
To cast that many episodes?
Fuck no, man. I'm sorry. I'm like an HBO. I do eight episodes.
8 episodes and you're done.
See you in 18 months.
But like, what about your wife or like my kids? Like, I would be thinking about that all the time. Like, I would be, how do I know this TV isn't like a two-way stupid deal?
You know, it's our world's so fucked up. It's just like if they want to get, I'm quite sure that half the time you're on your phone, there's somebody fucking watching you.
Well, they're listening for sure. I mean, there's no controversy about that at all. You talk about something today, it's going to pop up on your feed tomorrow. There's only one.
Well, I remember one time Tamara and I were talking about getting a new television, and we're sitting there watching TV on a smart television, and we both get Best Buy emails that evening for television fucking sales.
Exactly.
I'm like, get the fuck out. I'm like, really?
Your phone is listening at all times unless it's off.
And so's your fucking so's your television. So's your fucking neighbor probably's got shit drilled in the side of your house, motherfuckers.
There was a documentary on Netflix a few years ago based on a book by Gay Talese called Voyeur. I think it was called Voyeur.
Didn't he write Love Thy Neighbor?
Yes. But this was about a guy who outfitted his motel to where he would go up. It was like a pitched roof down the whole hotel. So over the rooms, he would go up into that crawl. It wasn't even a crawl space. It was big enough you could stand, I think. But anyway, you could go through and he could look through the vents.
That's great, but is it really the view you want? Like, I don't ever look at porn through a fucking vent.
It was just the excitement of, I think it was just the excitement of violating.
I think that's part of the, like I said, there's a guy that's getting shit on right now, and he's fucking getting off to that.
Right, exactly.
Everybody's got their fucking kink.
Hey guys, Double J, Jeff Jarrett. Need to call a timeout real quick here. I wanted to tell your listeners what I've been telling my world listeners for a while now. It's about all the incredible things happening over on adfreeshows.com.
Jim Johnston created the soundtrack for generations of WWE fans with some of the most iconic themes in history. Jim sits down with Conrad to take us behind some of those classic themes, including The Ultimate Warrior.
And then I recorded that. And then just over that, you're just doing. You know, it's so simple, but that's what felt like him.
Plus, an all-new edition of The Book is here, as David Crockett takes us page by page, gate by gate, through the JCP booking logs of April 1985.
On Sunday, April 14th, you start the day with a 2 p.m. show in Richmond, Virginia, 43 grand. An hour later, Asheville, North Carolina kicks off, and it's another 63-63. But then that night, you guys all cruised to Atlanta, $31,000 at the gate. Talk about a banner day for Jim Crockett Promotions. This is hard to beat, man.
Hey, that's just a small taste of what Ad-Free Shows has waiting for you, including a brand new perk, getting to join in on the live recordings of the shows with 4 levels to choose from. See for yourself why Ad-Free Shows is the best value in wrestling today. Sign up now at adfreeshows.com. That's right, sign up today at adfreeshows.com.
Everybody's got their fucking... That's why, like, it really fucking upsets me when we decide and determine, like, this whole thing with somebody that's not even in the Supreme Court, some judge making a national fucking ban on the abortion pill. And it's just like, and even though they said that this could take months or even years to go through the fucking system, it's just the fact that somebody is, and the reason they're saying is it's unsafe. So a judge now has jurisdiction over what the FDA approves.
Over medicine, yeah.
Right. Like, what the fuck?
Which could be, of course it's not, but could be politically motivated. You know, political medicine.
You think?
Yeah. I'm telling you, we're an hour in and I haven't shit my pants yet. This is tremendous. This is good. I might be on the other side of this.
I think this is going to do it. This will be known as fucking diarrhea gate.
Shit this. But I want to steer back to traveling with Nash. What about air travel when you go? Is you're in the air all the time, obviously, with your appearances. But now when Tamara has to go with you, you're in first class, so there's sufficient room for both of you, right? So there's no issue with you two flying.
No, so my seat of choice is 2C. My second choice is 3C. So, which is aisle,
second
Delta,
or third row,
and on the right hand side.
Okay.
I always put my briefcase across from me. So I put my briefcase above 2B. Mm-hmm. So that way, when you get up, because you're going to outquick everybody to the fucking bathroom area.
Just reach across.
You reach across, you don't lose that fucking pivot. You're able to turn, block out, grab your fucking briefcase, take one long fucking step, and usually the people in front of you are old enough where they fucking get that inertia feel coming at them, and they don't go for the overheads. They let you go by, both saying at the same time in their heads, the fuck, man, the jet port isn't even here yet. What the fuck's the hurry, you fucking dumb fuck? But me saying, because you're not my height, and see, like right now, I have to fucking bend my head or hope I've got that little niche in the fucking ceiling before you get out so I can stand up straight because I've been fucking stuck in this sarcophagus for the last fucking 4 hours.
How do you go overseas? How do you take a fucking 6-hour flight to England?
Let me tell you, Mr. Oliver, thank God for the gimmick.
Right, I guess.
The Xanax, baby.
But just physically, I mean, the Xanax, but just physically being in a fucking seat for 6-8 hours. Oh, my flew to Italy. It was 9 fucking hours. I wanted to kill somebody by the 7th hour.
Oh, fuck, man. When I flew to China, I don't even know how fucking long that was.
Oh.
Jeez, like fucking 16. I've flown a couple of, all the times we ran Australia a lot. Fucking, even fucking, twice a year you run Australia, man. That's a trip. Especially if you're not breaking it up with fucking a shot in Japan or, just fucking boom, boom. Come back from fucking, fly out of Melbourne into fucking Seattle and do a Raw. Bang, eat that.
That's true. Then you got to perform. I mean, the flying 15 hours is one thing.
Now it's just, you know what though? I was talking to Warlord at this last signing, and last time he and I really got to hang out was we did a tour together over in South Africa, Andrew Martin Test was on that. Kevin Thorne was on that. Disco was on that. Robbie and Scotty Steiner, Warlord Barbarian.
Did Rick question your sexuality at all on the trip?
I'm not bringing up fucking...
Did he holler any epithets at you?
No. He's always been good to me.
Look at you baby facing the situation.
I mean, I wasn't... I haven't heard anybody really tell me what happened.
Well, he kind of told you when you talked to him, right?
Well, he just said that the person kept coming by, and they stood like in front of their table.
Imagine that, walking around a room.
I'm not saying anybody's wrong or right. It's just that
you don't have to. I'll say it. He was wrong. So go ahead, continue.
Yeah, it's not my job to judge.
We do a good job of it for 2 hours every week.
I mean, I feel bad. You know, I would. He was wrong.
Okay.
I mean, there's no doubt about it. It just it actually saddens me. It saddens me that some people just fucking, you know, they're just on a different wavelength.
Yeah.
And he didn't realize until it was done that it wasn't fucking 1993 anymore. You know?
Yeah.
It's just, it doesn't make him like, you know, it doesn't make him a fucking idiot. It just, you know, a lot of people got sucked into a lot of QAnon and all these other things. It's just like, you know, there's some fucking brilliant people that fucking bought into that fucking shit. So for me to judge, like, everybody knows my stance. My stance is fucking, I've talked about it tonight. There's somebody that this will be the third time. Somebody fucking's jerking off, getting shit on. So
who would have thought that was going to be the main topic this week?
That's what it is.
2 hours ago.
But I did want to tell you this, is you should have eaten some corn today so you can see fucking how your pass rate is. You can fucking time that shit. But
interesting.
Because nobody eats corn anymore. But no, it's just that's why, like, I don't have a problem with anybody's like sexual preferences, or number one, everybody's gonna get off. Everybody needs to get off. I just don't. I go with legalities. I don't believe in fucking any kind of pedophilia, any kind of fucking anything with underage fucking people, people that are fucking mentally special needs, people that are sexually abused. I don't give a fuck if they're 30. I mean, anybody that's defenseless, it's fucked up. But at the same time, it's just like, I'm so tired. Like, I was thinking about it the other day. Sometimes I think we're all just so fucking programmed, and have been, like, the last. And I'm going to go back to when Obama was put in, because that was a turning point for this country. Because all of a sudden, man, there's a lot of motherfuckers that were like, what? Like, there's a black man that's president of the United States? I've been the fuck asleep. Let me fucking wake up. I got to build a cross to burn. So there's a lot of people, man, that this shit's been going on. And I think as a country, man, we spend more time being divisive. And if we spent just 3 minutes a day, each person out there spent 3 minutes a day of fucking actually consciously trying to be less divisive in a situation where we can be divisive, and we did that on a daily basis, everybody, I just think the world would be a little bit 10% better place by the time fucking the temperature on Earth's 170.
You know, it doesn't have to be for everybody. I understand it's hard for some folks with a much more traditional mindset about gender and those similar issues to accept some of this.
You know, a lot
but
of people,
when it crosses into hate speech,
yeah,
that becomes a different ballgame. So I don't expect everybody to be on board with everything. I'm a realist. But those people have been given implicit permission by people in power to ridicule and to hate people that are different than them. And now it gets a legislative slant, so that's the next weaponizing of such hate. Well, let's get it put into laws.
Could you imagine being a 12-year-old young black man? And
God, I'd have such a rope.
And you watch what fucking, what just went down in Tennessee. And it's just like, it's 1960. It's like 66 again, man.
With the removal of the 2 representatives, you're talking about?
Yeah, just everything. It's like,
I don't know how it's getting better, to be honest with you. I just feel like we're on a track, and there's like no breaks.
it really threw me off when I found out that Norman Rockwell was gay.
I didn't even know he was.
No, I made that up. I just thought that'd be fucking.
Oh, all right. Start some shit.
With the whole fucking that being the
Boy Scout thing.
Yeah,
and
fucking Thanksgiving.
Wholesome, Mr. Americana.
Guess that one landed in the fucking sand. Much like the absolute surprise, Tiger Woods is fucking leaving the Masters. Jesus, the guy was crippled after the first round. If anybody's ever had plantar fascia before, you don't.
Yeah, what is it? I read the article.
Fuck, man. It's like putting your fucking arch in molten lava. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. And it's like, so I took T and Tamara to see David in Florence. And, Florence is all cobblestone. I wore these things called Keens. They're kind of, they're a sandal, but your toes aren't exposed. And they've got some support and shit. Like they're good to travel in. I'll definitely bring a pair of them up to Detroit, and because the weather, Dom, correct me, the weather's going to be pretty nice this week up north, correct? So where was I going?
To the bathroom.
No, I'm not going to the bathroom. I lost my tracks there.
Well, I was asking you about the Tiger, and you were talking about. I'm assuming you're going to how when you were walking on the cobblestone in Florence with those specific shoes.
And I mean, Jesus. So the next day, it's Adam Rodriguez's wedding, and I get up and I take a couple of steps. We're staying in this old mission that was like a winery mission. This thing was like built in the 1600s. Gorgeous fucking piece of property. Granite fucking carved swimming pool. And behind it was just grape orchards as far as you could see, the fucking Tuscan hills. And one of the best trips that Tamara, Tristen, and I ever took. So thank you, Adam, for that. Adam Grace. But it's just like the next day I got up and I had insoles in my dress shoes, and I'm like, fuck, and I took a couple of steps. I'm like, holy fuck. And so I went down and talked to one of the guys I knew that fucking had some weed from the night before, and I said, man, can I get some, can I get high? And he was like, sure. So we got high, and all that did was make my fucking, my brain go, man, your arch hurts. Doesn't your arch hurt? Huh?
You're hyper-focusing on it?
Yeah. Thinking about your arch at all? I was like, oh, fuck, that fucking worked. So, man, it was just fucking.
So that's what it is. It's an inflammation of the arch.
But that and the fact that, like, as they went over the description of Tiger's last, I guess he won it in 2019 or whenever it was, when he won the Masters last. I'm not a big golf guy, but I'm a Tiger fan, and he then they show the fucking the Genesis, shredded that he fucking crashed, and then they show him limping on the golf course. You're like, gee, I'm sure it's just plantar fascia. Not the fact that he almost lost his fucking leg 2 years ago.
Well, is it not related to the accident?
Absolutely, man.
All right. Yeah.
There's no fucking way, man, that you fucking take. And the thing is, Tiger's 48. Oh, I mean, if you watch him when he was fucking young, man, the amount of torque in his fucking swing, because he was always fucking much stouter than you thought he was. Like I saw him at fucking at a Gold's Gym off Turkey Lake, and he was a much bigger human than I thought he was. I mean, he was in no way, I go, oh fuck, Jabbar, but I mean, he was a bigger guy than I thought, and it's just like the amount of power that he fucking had, and so his back was the first thing to go. And then fucking, then if your back goes, then fucking it's going to be your hip or that fucking that trail leg that you drive off of. Then you get in a fucking wreck, fuck up everything, including almost lose a leg. And I'm pretty sure that the leg he fucked up is his fucking, because he's right-handed. That's his fucking, that's his back foot, man. That's where your drive and shit comes from. So as soon as that fucked up, and that heel got fucked up. I think he fucked his heel up on that fucking bunker shot.
I didn't see.
He had a bunker shot, and he kind of like gingerly skipped out of it to the right.
Oh, crawling out of the bunker, you mean?
Yeah, I mean he hit he was on the edge. He was probably maybe 10 inches into the fucking into the sand. So he had a foot up on the grass, and he had his rear right foot was in the bunker, and when he pivoted through out of it, it was weird. He made like a really weird, the minute I saw it, I said, "Fuck he's fucked up." And lo and behold, fucking he didn't end up finishing. But I think that was the fucking. If I had to, pick one thing, because I mean I've had enough fucking injuries to know, man, it's just that fucking little tiny thing that you do to fucking think you're stopping yourself from getting hurt to really fucking yourself up.
Right.
So,
Kevin, do you know how many recurring subscriptions you currently have? I'm going to guess that you don't. You know why? Because 80% of people don't realize they have subscriptions that they probably forgot about, that they're paying.
I actually do know now, because I fucking subscribed to this.
Because you got Rocket Money.
And they told me, fucking, you've got 2 ESPN pluses.
Did you really?
Oh, fuck. I mean, I'm taking this vacation now when I'm saving monthly. Fuck.
Very good. Rocket Money, everybody. Just like Kevin did, he put his information in, and bang, he saw that he was paying for duplicate ESPN subscriptions. And
you're all getting hosed, I promise you.
You're all getting hosed on something. And, 80% of people have subscriptions they forgot about, and chances are you are one of them, okay? It might be a Stars app that you signed up for just to watch one show, forgot to cancel it, right? Or maybe a free trial on a gaming website or some computer site, Hulu, any of those, sure. And it just keeps recurring. You don't even realize you're being charged. Over 3 million people have used Rocket Money, and they're saving an average of $720 a year, okay? So stop throwing away money, people. Let's see. Share your stories with us too on social. Tell us what you are subscribing to, what Rocket Money has gone through and weeded out. Here's how it works. Okay, you can see some of the images on the apps there, and if you're listening, I will describe it to you. You put in your information, and it is going to tell you everything you have recurring subscriptions for. You want to cancel something? It's as easy as tapping a button. They do it for you. Okay, Rocket Money is a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps you lower your bills, all in one place, folks. Stop throwing your money away. Cancel unwanted subscriptions. Manage your expenses the easy way by going to rocketmoney.com/Nash. That's rocketmoney.com/Nash. And let us know how much you saved with Rocket Money. Which many people also are by tweeting hashtag AskNash. Okay, and that's how you can get access to Kevin every week. Hashtag AskNash, like Dan Updike. who says, what were both of your thoughts on Cody Roman? Granted, I've never booked or laced a pair of boots, but I don't see Cody being more white hot than he was, or the reasoning to him winning anywhere but Mania. Is this bad booking? I think you touched on this last week when you said the build. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just think that that close to 1,000, you have to, it'd be like if fucking, if Ripken fucking had turf toe and would have fucking just taken a day off. Like, there's certain milestones. It's like right now he's too close to 1,000, and when you're making it, you're only going to be as successful as your fucking top guy. And Roman's the top guy right now. Roman has the cool factor. Roman's your money guy. And it's just, they did it with me and Britt. We've went over this. And they didn't, if I would have beaten Britt out of the shoot, I think absolutely Diesel's fucking has a much better fucking run. But the fact that they wouldn't commit and put the fucking eggs in the basket on Easter Day, I think that it fucking it hurt me, and I think that they just weren't ready to make that commitment. Things that went too well. I mean,
if it gets to $9.99 and Cody goes over, some screwy match where he runs in, cashes in the Money in the Bank, something, rolls him up, $9.99. Does that set up the hottest feud because it prevented him from getting to 1,000?
No, because they never made 1,000 a benchmark.
It's never a thing, right? It's just
it's just, to me, it's like, it's so much easier for me to say, fuck, I'm the winningest champion of the 90s with 356. 358, is that what it is? Like, just to be able to say, fucking, dude, I had the fucking strap for over 1,000 fucking days.
Right.
Like, if it's 1,003, it's still over 1,000 days, and it's going to be a long fucking time that somebody fucking says that again on that TV. So.
Very good. Steve-O, hey guys, can you do a watch along for that Action Zone match? Diesel and HBK versus Razor and Kid. That match holds up in any era.
It's me and Shawn Michaels.
Yes. Versus Razor and Kid, right? Yeah.
That was the first Action Zone match they ever taped. And we went out. We did that in White Plains. We went out and fucking absolutely rocked it. They did. I fucking sold on the apron the whole match. And they rocked it. And we got done, and Pat Patterson came downstairs. We're fucking all putting each other over in this little locker room. And fucking Pat said, "Get them right. You fucking guys, you kill it tonight. You fucking there. The timing there, everything there. You guys, take the fucking night off. Vince, fucking Caesar says take the fucking night off." We're just like, what? You're done for the night. We were like opening fucking match, man. That's what the people were hot. We were like the opening fucking gimmick, man. We're going to shoot this Action Zone match. We went out there, fucking lit it the fuck up, and got to go home. It was just like, oh, fuck, man. Like, we get to go to the diner and actually, like, be like normal people tonight.
The civilized time, yeah.
Yeah, like have drinks, like gentlemen, have some actual drinks, not fucking, slugging beers on our way to Denny's.
Right. Chris Gotti, 1985. It would be great to hear from Kevin what the WWE plans for his feud with Kane in 2002 were going to be, and Kev's thoughts on it. Would have been great to see those two in a match at the time.
I don't know if we were ever going that way. I mean, you would think if they were going to, it would have been out of the shoot.
Would have had a match,
and I would have went to Mania with him, and Scott with Austin. So I don't think they really had. We did a couple of tags. I actually tore my bicep in a tag match with Hogan and Kane. Fucking Terry turned and fucking I went to short arm clothesline him, And I just fucking caught a little bit of his chin with my bicep, and it tore a piece of the tendon. So
they would have told you if you were going to have a program, anything long term, they would tell you about. Obviously.
Yeah, I never heard shit. And I'm sure Glenn was the same way. I don't think that Glenn would say, no, fuck yeah, they had plans for us.
Cindy, I don't think I've ever heard Kevin talk about the height of anyone else in his family. Was Bob really tall? Any siblings?
I think my dad's 6'4", 6'5". My sister's 6'3". My brother's normal size, 6 foot, 6'1". My mom was 5'5", 5'4".
So you were by far the tallest one in your family.
Yeah. Usually the fucking 6'10" fucker stands out.
Yeah, I would imagine. Were your siblings athletes too? Was your sister an athlete? Or?
My sister was a really good basketball player. My sister was she started as a freshman like I did, but I think her opening game was like 23 points and 19 rebounds.
Holy shit!
As a varsity,
On a women's team, 6'3" for a women's team. That's good. Was she a
especially
center
that,
also?
Especially that era. Yeah.
Mark Capps.
She had a nice. She was the opposite of me. She had a nice touch. She could shoot it.
What were you just? What was your strength? Rebounding or just posting?
I just think playing tough. Just being the guy out there that's fucking running into fucking people and making them aware of the fact that you're in a competitive contest. You're not fucking dancing.
How are you from the stripe? Are you like Chris Dudley, Shaq, 60% area there? Or
high school, fucking 70s.
Okay.
Fucking Europe 70s. College, like 49.8.
Right.
Don't know what the fuck. Granted, fucking I was lifting weights like a motherfucker through college, but
that changes your stroke, though.
I'm sure it does, but at the same time, fucking as many as. We had a guy on our team, he does the color now, Burt Bertelkamp. He just actually had his birthday the other day, and one of the guys, Johnny Darden, was our point guard and our captain, and then DeVoe came in and fucked with him on his senior year and brought him in off the bench. But when I was a freshman, we were out in Scottsdale, Arizona. We were staying at the Desert Shadows or something like that. I think it was a Marriott. It was a resort. And we were all out. The whole team was out by the fucking pool. And we were just getting some sun and shit. And we looked at the bottom of the fucking deep end, and Johnny was laying face down. And the deep end's like 16 feet in this pool. And we're like, fucking man, look at this, look at JD fucking showing off. And then it gets to the point where it's like 20 seconds. And it's like, fuck that. So there was a guy from Baxley, Georgia, a black dude named James Merriweather. Fucking dude was built like fucking Tarzan. And great athlete. And he fucking went down. And I went down with him, but I fucking, I'm a horrible swimmer. The fucking Mayweather grabbed him and fucking picked, in one motion, went down, grabbed him like a dolphin, and threw his ass over the fucking on the side of the pool. And there was a lady there, and she was a fucking nurse or something. And she pointed at me, she says, you, and she just basically told me what I needed to do. And I was pushing his gut and trying to get him to breathe, and all of a sudden he fucking threw up in my mouth, and she just said, keep going. All of a sudden fucking Johnny fucking coughs up this big fucking thing of water, and he's looking around, he's going, what happened? Yeah, we're like, you're cool, man, you're cool. You're all right. And Johnny couldn't play, of course. And we played San Francisco, who was undefeated the year before going into the tournament, like 33-0. But the only person they lost was Cartwright. The rest of their fucking team came back. Hardy, all those fuckers came back. And we were playing them in the Sun Devil Classic out in Scottsdale. Tempe. And no, it was so like Johnny and I have always stayed close because we have that deal. We're fucking, if I don't fucking save him, Johnny doesn't get a chance to fucking stay in touch with me.
Well, who cares that you're shooting 49.5? You saved somebody's life on the team. I mean, that's.
But you know,
I'd rather have that.
Yeah, I mean, but fucking Bert would fucking, he and I would stay after practice. He was a local kid from Bearden. He went to Bearden High School out, I guess, out towards the west end of town. And back then, Bearden was kind of like now it's like Farragut's the area, like going out, west is the nicer area. But back then, Bearden, and Bearden's still a great area in Knoxville. It's just older. And but Bert was a hell of a shooter, and Bert would shoot. I would rebound for him, and then he would rebound for me, and I would just shoot, baseline jump shots, like 12, 16-foot jump shots, shoot from the elbows, and then we would shoot, take turns shooting fucking free throws, and we do 10s, and some nights I'd fucking be horrible, some nights I would just fucking, but it wasn't like I didn't put time in. It wasn't like I didn't fucking know that it was a fucking incredible weakness, and a lot of times got me pulled out of games. When you're in a fucking bonus and it's a close game.
Oh yeah, they're gonna foul you.
Yeah, they're gonna foul you, and then even if you hit, thank God there wasn't the 3-point shot back then.
Oh right.
So now everything's a bucket. So if you're getting fouled and you're hitting one, you're coming back down the other end. They're getting two. They're making up a point. Fucking with that 3-point, they're making up a bucket. So your ass has got to sit the fuck down.
Right.
So, I mean, I probably could have averaged 9 points a game and probably 9 rebounds with more fucking playing time and the ability to just fucking stroke it. Because I think one year I averaged almost 6 points a game, shooting 40% from the line. And it wasn't like I was an option. Everything I got was garbage and foul shots. So,
Gotcha. Mark Capps, what memories do you have of the Joe Louis Arena, whether from wrestling, hockey, basketball, etc.?
Oh, I mean, just Detroit. I mean, was so fucking Detroit. And the one thing that stayed strong when the city really fucking crumbled were the wings. And you always were fucking proud of the wings, no matter what. Like, the fucking, the wings were.
Did the squid start there?
They say that,
I feel like it did.
I just, the fact that it was just an original 6 fucking team, and just, we talked a little bit about hockey. I think hockey's really going to be interesting this fucking year, and the NBA. I think that play-in was genius, to fucking take and play in these teams.
Right. To get
six,
in,
6 through 10. My Lakers won today. They beat the Jazz. That made me fucking happy.
I've always said hockey's the best sport to see live.
Oh, absolutely.
Total sensory experience, hearing the boards, and if you can get lucky enough to get tickets down.
Hockey or having somebody shit on you.
That's but like we said, it's not everybody's bag. Some people would rather go throw a squid on the ice.
I'm telling you right now, I'm going back to it every chance I get.
When I had those devil seasons, man, I would get on the corner, second, third row corner, and just the speed of the and that's a sport. I do not know how they do that every night. Skating is hard enough. Skating while someone's punching you in the head for an hour.
Just skating, but skating backwards, fucking at that speed. I mean, it's just, and with the awareness and fucking trying to poke check the fucking guy coming down the middle of the ice. It's just like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, it's amazing. Great sport.
It's a great sport. To me, I mean, if you like basketball and you don't like hockey, it's just because you don't watch hockey.
Correct.
It's like hockey's like fucking, like hockey's. The only thing it's like, there's those fucking people that say, I only watch NASCAR for the wrecks. I'm like, well, you're a dick. But there is one good thing about hockey that name a great basketball fight, and then name a great fucking hockey fight rivalry. You
mean tonight?
I mean, yeah,
there's 7 tonight.
Yeah, but like fucking when the Wings had Probert, man.
Oh, Bob Probert was ridiculous.
And then that fucking Tomei guy, whatever, up in fucking Toronto.
Ty Domi.
Yeah, Ty Domi. Tomei.
What worker is he friendly with? Rick, right? Is
yeah,
he
I
friendly
would
with Rick. Steve.
I would imagine that fucking that Rick would be, because Rick's like one of the few wrestling guys that like loves sports. Jarrett loves sports.
All right. Tony Kearns. Hi, Kevin and Sean. As an 80s kid, of course I dreamt of being a WWF superstar. As I grew up, I don't think that automatically, like, I never dreamt of being a WWF. I would have been a good manager, but I don't think I ever wanted to be in the ring. But I guess he did. He's a big guy, Tony Kearns, I suppose. As I grew up, my OCD and anxiety diagnosis made me feel like I wouldn't be able to handle the light. How was mental health and illness looked at by the locker room in your day? Made for an interesting promo, probably.
I mean, as a member of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, I mean, it wasn't like fucking everybody was fucking playing with a full deck.
I was going to say that.
Jesus. I mean, that's almost a prerequisite. People used to ask me, how'd you break into fucking wrestling, Nash? I say, I took a number 2 pencil. I sharpened it as sharp as I could. I stuck it in one ear and pushed it and went out the other. I said, fuck it, I'm ready to be a wrestler.
Fact.
Like, fuck.
Yeah, Tony, I think you would have been just fine there, dude.
In my Stone Age, I forgot to finish the story on Warlord, but so we were talking, and like he's so beat the fuck up, and most of it's just from fucking training, so fucking heavy to keep all that size on, and both of us were just like selling. It was cold as fucking Indiana, man, and we were just selling how beat up we were, and I think he's 62 now, maybe. I think he's just a little bit younger than me, but like we both just, and all of us look at each other with that same, because we all know how much pain we're in. All wrestlers look like if you fucking asked them, hey, which way's left, they'd all go. Like nobody has like the ability to fucking, and it's just like the only way you keep the ability to move your arms is to move your arms. And it hurts like fuck in the morning, man. When I stretch on the banister, I hold the banister and I'll take like 2 or 3 steps down into the living area, and man, it's just like fuck. I'm dropping out of the Masters.
There was a great book called Dark Side of the Game by the football player Tim Green. And it wasn't about his life. It was just about the things about being a professional athlete, specifically a professional NFL player. Stuff that the average person wouldn't realize. And it was fascinating to me to read, like he would talk about, like, he's like, when you come up and shake my hand, grab it lightly. Like people, I guess, because they assume they're shaking a football player's hand and they go hard. He said, our hands get banged to shit on helmets and pads all week long. He said, our hands are constantly in pain. So that was one of the cool things in that book. But yeah, like just the day-to-day pain. He talked about the most dangerous play in football is a kickoff. He said it is literally
speed?
Like being on a freeway running against traffic. All right, what more can be said? I survived yet another show. Taxed. My Gatorade got me through. Now I got to go get rid of it all in one shot. And I should remind everyone that Kliq This is a production of Butch and Sundance Media, produced in association with Podcast Heat, created by Tristen Nash, Kevin Nash, and Sean Oliver, producer Steve Kaufman, graphics by Dominic D'Angelo, title sequence and audio edit by Wesley Burleson, theme song by Dale Oliver, technical research by Tristen Nash, copyright 2023, Butch and Sundance Media. Kev, we doing another one?
I mean, as long as I can get my ass back to fucking on next Wednesday, yeah. If I'm I'll be back. But a lot of people have asked about our out song, and that's Sophia. It's by The Builders. That's my son Tristen. That's on the vocals. And so if you go to Kliq This, Dom or one of the people can get you to where you can listen to their music. So,
All right. Very good.
thank you, man. Thank you guys so much for fucking. This means the world to me, but also my family, because I'm going home to Detroit, and after tea, it's one of those situations where I don't take things for granted anymore. Like, I'm gonna go see my brother and sister, my stepdad, and my aunt.
As you should. And
Yeah,
the last thing we
'cause-
needed to have you do is try to hook up a microphone with your aunt.
Yeah.
And,
It's just
get
one of those
Wi-Fi.
things where I needed it. I just wanted it. I don't want to fucking have to be on for 2 hours doing this and taking away from my family or my friends. So
Understood. Not a problem.
but I appreciate for you guys for doing this on Easter. So much love.